This past month has been one of the most knowledge-based months, had the most impact on myself personally and professionally. This month, the three concepts that were the most impactful to not only my personal journey, but also as a graphic designer looking to one day become an art director, but also professionally that I was able to utilize in this class and at the workplace were the types of visual hierarchy, the elements of visual design, and the principles of design. When it comes to the types of visual art hierarchy in a composition with text and images, one statement stood out the most from Ina Saltz that said, typographic elements and devices point viewers in the right direction to keep them on track to guide them to their destination in the right order of steps. Without understanding this little bit of knowledge, the hierarchy of a design will visually be off and confusing to the audience. All parts of a design come down to whether the composition has hierarchy or not that leads to if a design will fail or succeed. Paying close attention to the alignment of the text is important when it comes to visual hierarchy. According to Jill Butler, body text makes up the bulk of multi-page documents. The type of alignment you choose has a big effect on the document as a whole. This brings it back to the visual hierarchy of a design. Now, moving on to the elements of visual design are one of the most important concepts for a designer. The elements of visual design come down to line, form, shape, space, movement, color, pattern, and texture. These elements are what make up a design. Understanding how to use these elements is crucial to any designer. From the interactive textbook by Charlotte Jurgowski, she states that the elements are the components or parts which can be isolated and defined in any visual design or works of art. When looking at how the elements of visual design are used in a case study from week 3, it was shown that each poster design utilized these elements. Now, the most important concept of all is the principle of design. This concept is the rules that need to be followed in order for the design to succeed. The principle of design are the balance, proportion, rhythm, emphasis, and unity of the design. According to Charlotte Jurowski, she states, the principles are concepts used to organize or arrange the structural elements of a design. When looking at the case study done on week 2 with the blind series, for this to have succeeded, the designer had to take the principles of design into account. For example, looking at the first composition, using balance in the composition was effective to communicate the message. These concepts were utilized this month by looking at the event Earth Day and looking how I can create visual hierarchy and utilize the elements of design, but also following the principle of design as well. These concepts are concepts that I can use in my everyday work life and also during school. I have found that my designs have been a lot stronger since conducting more research on them. Thank you.